Hi, I'm Sharon Tang, and this is the evening highlights. Investigators probing the catastrophic crash of an AirAsia plane last December say it was caused by the pilot's response to a technical malfunction. Flight QZ8501 had crashed into the Java Sea on December 28th, while it was en route to Singapore from Surabaya in Indonesia. All 162 people on board were killed. A final report by Indonesia's National Transportation Safety Committee said the system that helps control the plane's rudder had a cracked solder joint. During the ill-fated flight, the system sent repeated warnings to the pilots. On the fourth warning, the single-aisle plane disengaged from autopilot. But the flight crew failed to control the aircraft, causing it to stall. According to aircraft maintenance records, this same fault had caused the system to malfunction 23 times in the year before the crash. The incident came just months after the unnerving and still unresolved disappearance of MAS flight MH370 in March and the subsequent MH17 crash in Ukraine. Now, as you know, Bank Negara last month ordered 1MDB to repatriate some $1.8 billion. The state fund said no can do, and now the central bank is trying to validate that claim. We met its governor, Tan Sri Dr. Zeti Aziz, earlier today. She says there has been some progress.
Now there's some progress in the actions that are being taken for relating to some of the approvals that we had given them, and that is in progress, so I'm not at liberty to discuss the status of it until that is concluded. In November, Bank Negara revoked 3 permissions to 1MDB for investments abroad. It ordered the state fund to bring home the money, but 1MDB said it wasn't able to do so as the money had either been spent or earmarked for debt transfer. The central bank is investigating 1MDB under the Exchange Control Act of 1953. In July, it listed 2 former 1MDB executives on its wanted list, but it's been unable to locate them. We have not had any direct communication with them yet. Bank Negara is looking for KC Tang, 1MDB's Business Development Executive Director, and his successor, Jasmine Lu. 1MDB President Arul Kanda testified for the first time before the PAC today. After a 5-hour grilling, the panel said it was satisfied with his testimony, but he'll still have to face the committee again this December 18th.
I have been invited to attend another session, and as committed previously, and as I'm committing now, we will be there.
The committee had planned on summoning him in May and August, but Arul was unavailable. Yesterday, it was his predecessor, Datuk Shahrul Azral Ibrahim Halmi, who had to present himself before the committee. Shahrul was questioned on 1MDB's formation and its controversial deal with Petrol Saudi. Next up will be the State Fund's chairman, Tan Sri Lodin Wok Kamarudin. He will be questioned on December 17th. The PAC expects to complete its report on the probe next March. The government says it will still be able to exert control over tobacco companies even if it signs a TPPA. This after it came under fire for compromising on its proposal for a total carve-out on tobacco control measures under the deal. MITI Minister Datuk Sri Mustapa Mohamad says the revised proposal that dropped prohibitions on tariff cuts would suffice. He also gave his assurance that suits just like the one brought by Philip Morris against Australia over its plain packaging legislation would not happen again.
We tried our best, we did our best. We didn't get what we wanted, but what we got was only a cover from AirAsia. And that takes into account as a small portion of your concerns. Philip Morris dengan Australia punya case tidak akan bangkit lagi in future.
The ISDS Mustapa is referring to is the investor-state dispute settlement, which gives firms the right to sue governments via special tribunals. The TPPA is considered the brainchild of US President Barack Obama, and if it gets off the ground, it would be considered a legacy-defining victory for him. The agreement aims to lift trade barriers, but critics say it's just a sweetheart deal for big corporations. The deal was reached in October by 12 countries led by the US. It will affect 40% of the world economy. And that wraps up the evening highlights. I'm Sharon Tang. Thanks for watching.